Hello everyone. We are the student of Ashokra Mane Institute of Pharmaceutical Sciences and Research, SAVI. Today we are going to conduct seminar on topic of clinical pharmacy. This seminar is represented by Anuradha Rasar, Rishikesh Donolikar, Sanika Patil, Sania Mulla, Pallavi Patil and Anjali Kamble under the guidance of respected Mr. A.N. Dagesar. Let's begin with clinical pharmacy, ensuring patient well being. Definition of clinical pharmacy: a system concerned with rational selection and use of medicaments at patient level so as to ensure patients' maximum well being while on drug therapy. Global status: well accepted and currently practiced in USA, UK, Australia, and other developed countries. Why a new branch? Because information is overloaded. Experts are needed to provide authentic drug information given a flood of new drugs and literature from pharmaceutical companies. Limited doctor time. Doctors can allot very little time for each patient. Medication risk. Patients often use existing or self medication, predisposing them to ill effects. A specialist is needed to take medication history and assess drug appropriateness. Physiological differences. A generalized dose is often unsuitable, necessitating the individualization of a dose based on patient's condition, example, kidney or liver damage. Individualization of a dose. The problem: generalized dose may not be suitable for all patients because the physiology differ from person to person. The core principle: treatment cannot be claimed as fully scientific without this individualization. The solution: individualization of a dose and selection of a drug is required for each patient, especially those with complications like diabetes, hypertension, or kidney or liver damage. The evolution of clinical pharmacy. Thalidomide disaster of 1960 to 1961. Thalidomide, an OTC drug for nausea during pregnancy, produced phocomelia and arrested development of limbs in infant. Key outcome: it was found that new drugs were introduced without proper scientific studies. The resulting concept, clinical pharmacy, evolved, assigning the pharmacist the responsibility of therapeutic drug monitoring (TDM), monitoring the drug's action after administration. Shift in practice. The old pattern of diagnosing, writing a prescription, dispensing a drug, and forgetting the patient was put to an end. The treatment process. Pharmacist's role. The hospital cycle: admitted, diagnosis, prescription, dispensing or drug administration, treatment, compliance, side effect, monitoring, cure, discharge, patient's home. Clinical pharmacy function: medication history, consultation for dosage form, dose, etc., counseling, feedback. Drug therapy monitoring. The process. Definition: a process by which clinical pharmacists review patients' treatment regimen to ensure effective, safe, and economical therapy. Information collection: gathering past medical history, last result, nursing notes, and allergy information. Goal setting and evaluation: fixing realistic patient specific treatment target, example, reduction of disease severity, and evaluating process periodically. Identification of a drug related problem, DRP. Reviewing for issues like inappropriate drug selection, subtherapeutic dose, overdosage, or drug food, drug disease interactions. Individualization of a regimen: correcting the dose based on TDM data or changing the dosage form or route of administration to suit the patient. Outcome monitoring: reviewing clinical and laboratory data, example, blood test, X-ray, liver function test to assess the result of treatment. Medication chart review guidelines. Purpose: to prevent medication errors and ensure the best treatment possible for the patient. Key guidelines for pharmacist: legibility, written, poorly written, or illegible prescription, no guesswork is involved. Patient identity, patient name, age, sex, and hospital number must be clear. Allergies must be written clearly in a space provided, preferably in red ink. Drug name and dose. Generic name should be used as much as possible. Decimal should be avoided. Example: use 5 mg, not 5.0 mg. Timing: the pharmacist can recommend a change in time of administration if there is possibility of drug or drug food interaction. Completion: the chart must be signed and dated by prescriber and the nurse who administers the drug. Clinical review and individualization of a dose. Need: some drugs have narrow therapeutic index (NTI), example digoxin, phenytoin, theophylline, and require careful dose adjustment. Key pharmacokinetic parameter for dose individualization: bioavailability, denoted by F, the percentage of a drug reaching systemic circulation; protein binding, the percentage of a drug bound to plasma proteins which affect the amount of free drug or the active drug; volume of distribution, denoted by VD, the total fluid volume required to give drug the same concentration as in plasma; clearance, denoted by CL, the volume of drug eliminated per minute primarily by kidney and liver; half life, denoted by T half, the time taken by body to eliminate half of the drug amount. Pharmaceutical care. Definition: the responsible provision of a drug therapy for the purpose of achieving definite outcome that improve or maintain patients' quality of life. Relation to clinical pharmacy. Pharmaceutical care is responsible provision and the delivery of pharmaceutical care is depend on practice of clinical pharmacy. The practice of pharmaceutical care involve 5 steps starting from medication history and ends with monitoring the plan and outcome. Medication history: establishing professional relationship and collecting patient specific medication information. Data evaluation: reviewing patient's present condition to reduce future drug related problem. Plan design: designing therapeutic plan with specific achievable goals, consulting with healthcare team. Executing the plan: implementing the plan and ensuring all supplies, information, and knowledge are secured. Monitoring the plan and outcome: regularly monitoring the outcome and modifying the plan if not achieving satisfactory process. So, thank you all for your patience listening.